Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today we are once again back on Modern Warfare, and I wanted to share with you guys the best class setup for the new Striker 45 Garotte blueprint. This is a blueprint that just dropped today with the new Mace Guns Blazing bundle, and overall it's a pretty decent class setup. Clearly this blueprint is meant to be an all-around weapon where you're good with mobility, but you're also good from medium to long range. However, there's a few attachments on this weapon that are completely useless, that have aiming stability, as well as end up losing a ton of aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, which we don't want to lose here on an SMG. So if you guys take a look at the stats that come with the original blueprint, you guys will see that we do get a nice boost to accuracy, range, and control here, which is great for medium to long range. However, we end up losing a ton of mobility, and our aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed is absolutely horrible, and we can obviously make this thing a little bit better. So if you guys take a look at the stats for the class setup that I'm going to share with you in this video, you guys will still see that we still get a really nice boost here to accuracy and range, which is great for that distance. We get a small control boost, and we actually break even with our mobility, giving us much better aim down sight speed as well as sprint to fire speed. So hopefully you guys are able to do much better with this weapon for however play style you feel, whether you're playing super aggressive or you're playing a little bit more on the defensive side. So if you guys take a look at the attachments, we're not going to be using a muzzle. The barrel that we're using is the 400mm stainless steel. So with this, we're getting damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, giving us a nice boost to that accuracy, range, and control. I wanted to run this barrel because of that reason. I believe the original one has the 300mm, and we end up getting a much better boost to that accuracy, range, and control, and only sacrifice a very, very small amount of mobility. So obviously the 400mm is definitely worth running here. The laser that we're using is the 5MW laser, so I believe the original blueprint calls for the TAC laser. However, because this is an SMG and we're probably going to be playing somewhat aggressive with this, we want to have good hip fire accuracy as well as sprint to fire speed, and that's not something that we get with that TAC laser. So this will help significantly when you run around a corner or through a doorway and you have that face-to-face gunfight. You can hip fire and hit a lot more of your shots. So again, that 5MW laser. We're not going to be using an optic. I took the optic off because I think the Striker 45 has a really good iron sight, and we're just going to end up losing more aim down sight speed, so we got rid of that. We're also not going to be using a stock. The underbarrel that we're using is the Commando foregrip. So the main purpose of this is to get that recoil stabilization, which is going to give us a nice boost to accuracy, range, and control to really help us with that distance. The aiming stability pro here is completely useless since obviously an SMG doesn't really have any idle sway, but nonetheless that Commando foregrip underbarrel. The ammunition that we're running is the 45 round mag. Now I wanted to keep this 45 round mag on because I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that use that Striker 45. The damage is not all that great with this thing, so having a few extra rounds in the mag will help us significantly when it comes to taking people out, or maybe if you're in a situation where there's more than one person, you won't have to reload and you'll have a much better chance of taking both players out. So again, that 45 round magazine. And last but not least, the rear grip that we're using is the FTAC G5 EXO. So this is basically stippled grip tape for any other SMG in the game. With this, we're getting aim down sight speed as well as sprint to fire speed, giving us one last boost to our mobility, bringing us back up to break even here. Obviously, we want to have decent mobility with this because it is an SMG. So hopefully you guys are able to do pretty well with this thing. So if you guys take a look, I'll give you one last look at all the stats and attachments that come with this specific class setup. If you guys have any questions about this specific class setup for this Striker, please make sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure and try to help some of you guys out. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.